The deputy explained, quote, "There was very little transparency. There was a lot of distrust. There was a sense of, in favor and out of favor employees," end of quote. He explained, quote, "So many things were governed by self-direction at TSA, it bred misbehavior," end of quote. He said the lack of protections for employees, quote, "gave people the opportunity to do things that were typically not against the rules because the rules were so flexible, but very questionable when you looked at it from a moral or ethical point of view," end of quote. During the deputy's interview, our staff asked him if the absence of normal federal employee safeguards contributed to an environment in which employees did not want to come forward with information about security. In response, he said, and again I quote, "Oh yeah, it didn't take long for you to know enough of your compatriots had, taken an arrow in the back and were either wounded or dead, and you had a decision to make depending on how loud you wanted to be or how far you wanted to go," end of quote. The deputy also warned, and I quote, "People learned that if you spoke too loudly or if you questioned whether the emperor was actually wearing clothes or not, that you could do it at, personal consequence," end of quote. When Congress created the TSA in 2001, it did not provide the agency's employees with all of the due process protections given to other federal employees under Title V. The deputy said that although some flexibility might have been appropriate, that TSA was first created, the agency, and I quote, "should have started converting some of these practices to make them more standardized in federal government practices," end of quote. He explained, quote, "the structure that gave it the flexibility and the facility and the power to make